Okay? Why do you care so much what anyone else thinks about a cartoon blog? If you like it, like it. If you don't, don't. If you want to talk about it, go ahead and talk about it, but don't sit there and snap on someone else if they talk about it and they don't think the way you do. If you want to bring it up for discussion, you want to argue it, that's also fine. But don't sit there and explode on someone and think it becomes your business to end them for some reason because they don't agree with you. Yeah, I will argue that Toonami is suckish compared to what it used to be. I will argue that, frankly, Jason DeMarco is lying, which he is. And it's observably true. And the damage control being used in order to defend this latest acquisition, Naruto, a 200-plus, extremely popular series, when they won't even touch any of the unknown newer series, and yet people keep defending Toonami because, oh, it's going to bring exposure to anime by airing anime that's already been aired and or has a lot of exposure already. On their defense, oh, I haven't heard of Samurai Set. A lot of people have. If you haven't, congratulations, you're in the minority. I'm sorry. But that's exactly what this thing is doing. It's being a nostalgia horror, okay? They're all nostalgia horrors. It's milking nostalgia. It's living off of nostalgia. Really, it is. Genuinely. That's all it is. If that's what you want, fine. But stop saying stupid things like it's single-handedly saving the industry. And before anyone even says no one's saying that, I have seen that claim many times. That this is somehow saving the industry. I will tell you right now, right off the bat, you will get more direct revenues sent to the people who actually make the anime by watching them online legally on streaming sites than you will by watching on television. I'll tell you that right now. And I'll also tell you that no, it is not cheaper to buy Naruto, which is in reruns, than it is to buy a brand new series. Because guess what? When these new series are purchased an option that you keep comparing it to, you're talking about live action shows that the networks have to produce themselves. They have to produce themselves. No. No. That's not how this works. This is a series that's already fully produced, fully written, fully animated, fully put together, fully recorded and dubbed. They're literally just paying out money to be able to air it. And this is not a high-profile series that like I could kind of understand if like One Piece had just come here, and it's very high-profile around the world, and so but One Piece has actually been here for a while, and sadly hasn't gotten as much exposure as it has elsewhere. But I can kind of understand a series like that, I can't. But when you talk about series that are lower recognition, and they just won't pick it up, and then you try to defend it as being too expensive because it costs more to start a new series than it does to buy reruns for another one, that doesn't apply here. That applies to like television shows like we're talking about renewing another season of a show like Grimm, for example, versus buying the rights to start rerunning the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The reason that Grimm would cost more is because they have to film these episodes. They have to hire the directors, the writers, the actors, the crew. They have to pay them all throughout this period of time that it takes to film a whole season. That's not the case here. That's already been taken care of by this company who's then trying to sell this. In fact, actually, it was taken care of by this company who then had it bought by this company who then just recorded voices for it, who then is trying to offer it to them. Now, when it comes to a series that is extremely popular and in demand like Naruto, yeah, you can bet your boots that's slightly more expensive. Regardless, I don't care. I don't care. If you want to watch it, go right ahead and watch it. But I'm seeing exactly what I predicted I was going to see. I'm seeing the whole, you're not a true fan if you're not really watching it. You're not really supporting the industry. Why aren't you watching it on here? I actually have people bugging me about why I don't watch Toonami. What do you care? I don't watch Toonami. I have means of watching everything that already is on there whenever I want to without having to stay up all goddamn night on Saturday night. Which, for me, is not always an option either. But, you know what? I'm bored. I want to watch anime. It's 12:30 Monday morning. Right there. There it is. The exact same shows that you gotta wait to a whole week to see one episode of per night after midnight on Toonami. I'd say I got the better end of that deal. But whatever, not the point. The point is, you know, people sit there and attack people who don't like Toonami, and that gets so old. And particularly, yes, I am going to talk about Future Gohan SSJ too, because people say, oh, he wanted Toonami back, and then when it came back, he suddenly said it sucked, and therefore he's a hypocrite. No, he's not. I'm going to tell you why. He wanted Toonami back because he thought it was going to be, you know, the old shows and some new shows, and, you know, he was excited about that. He wanted to see that. I mean, these are shows that hadn't been on TV for a long time, and, you know, other shows that had never been on TV at all, and that was something he was looking forward to. It was stated specifically in a podcast that he even did with myself and Neo Game Spark, and, you know, it was all covered in that series, or that podcast, and when what we were afraid was going to happen happened, and out comes literally the Adult Swim anime block with 2 new acquisitions, which frankly did not fit the vibe that even the other Adult Swim shows were giving, so they seemed awkward. And regardless, you know, it's literally reruns of Adult Swim plus this. This is what they're calling the new Toonami. He didn't like it, and suddenly y'all blew up on him. He was a hypocrite. He was a liar. He had no life. He had no idea how television worked, which is hilarious because I've seen some of the arguments people have had with him, and frankly, the people saying he has no idea how TV works are the ones who don't know how TV works. I'll tell you that right now. And they say he made it personal. No. He made a rant, and he gave his opinion on it. And it would have stayed one video giving his opinion on it until people took it personal and made it personal and started attacking him personally and started trying to smear him and more or less ruin his reputation. And there you go. You want to know why he takes it so personally? Other people made it personal for him. Okay? Other people who had their precious views or whatever being risen by the fact that they were supporting this Toonami, which came back. Other people who are such fanboys that they admitted that if Toonami literally never changed their lineup ever, they'd sit there and watch it because they're so grateful for everything they've done for them over the years. Sketch. Stuff like that. They made it a personal deal. And I do mean a personal deal. Now, I don't know why y'all think that you need to rush to the defense of something where a CGI robot, a frankly badly CGI robot by today's standards, has to hold your hand and tell you you're so cool because you're watching our block, man. Oh, and check out this game review that clearly wasn't paid for, man. And check out... I don't care. You think you need that? You think that you still need that blanket? Go ahead, Linus. Go ahead. But when other people don't think they need it and think that it's, you know, whatever, and you make it personal, then frankly the one with issues is you. And that's really all I have to say about that. Whatever you want, go ahead, watch away. Okay? It was cool when I was a kid, but I'm not a kid anymore. And the fact that they're not even putting in an effort and they're just showing the exact same stuff they've already aired whether it's aired as Toonami or aired as Adult Swim. And don't even try and say that because it didn't air on Toonami before, that means it's new to Toonami. That's not the point. The point is that exact same network and that exact same block. I mean, this is literally Adult Swim anime with a new name, okay? Literally, exact same time slot and everything. Don't pretend otherwise. The only thing they did was put the robot back. And when they go ahead and they re-aired the exact same shows that aired on Adult Swim anime, it's still a rerun. I don't care if it's being run for the first time under the new label. Okay? That would be like if alright, let's use a current example, which might also be a rant topic for another day. The current Spider-Man line is ending. The Amazing Spider-Man is ending at issue 700. They're launching a new line. Now, if they took it literally, panel for panel and line for line, the old stories from Amazing Spider-Man and ran them under this new line, would that make them new stories? No. They'd literally be recycling stories from the old line, and they'd be old stories. But you know what? People wouldn't stand for that, but here they do. This is what I mean. In the end, though, like I said, you want to watch it, you go right ahead. I don't care. If you choose to stay up all night and waste your time doing so, that's fine. But don't take it personally when other people don't like it. Because you know what? They're not attacking your childhood. They're not attacking your precious memories. They're just saying they don't like the new stuff on it. I mean, that's no different than when people used to say, oh, Toonami used to be so awesome, and then during the end of its run it was stupid because they were showing stuff like Ben 10 and what. People say that and they don't get flack. So what, it's okay to not like that Toonami, but not like this, but not okay to not like this one? Really? I think you need to re-examine who's the real hypocrite in that situation, don't you? Regardless, that's that and this is this. Oh wow, this is turning into a two-parter already because I'm not even done and I think I've already been ranting for about, what is it now? Yep, 26 minutes. Oh god. Regardless of all this, what was another thing someone wanted to talk about that was a fairly recent thing at least? Oh yeah, the Devil May Cry demo. I played that thing. Anyone who tries to say that gameplay's legit lied out their ass. You know why? It's so generic. It is so push button. It is so beyond easy to get a high score in the demo to get a good rank. I mean, okay, let me put it to you this way: combat style points. I literally I didn't even try in that demo. Okay, I was half-assing it. It was late at night. I was half asleep. I just ran around, did stuff. I drug out my time so long. I still get a C overall, but style points. I mean, I was using the wrong weapons at times. I was missing and getting blocked. I was getting hit. At one point, I actually had one of those demon things with a chainsaw get me and right up into the shoulder. You know, attacks that are frankly easier to avoid. All that crap. I still got a B for style. It is so freaking casual. It's like they Call of Dutied it. Don't even get me started on the whole reasons for even doing what they've done to the characters. Those are all bull crap. But the point is, that's looking like crap. I'm gonna say that right off the bat right now. And I'm not gonna be playing it. No. So hopefully that answers that. And what else? Oh yeah, it's Dragon Ball Z movie.